Hey, yo. What's up, folks? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. Are earnings going to save the day? Are earnings going to save the market? That's the question that we've got to discuss here this evening, because we've been talking about for quite a while about how I believe that we're going to be going into a recession in 2023. We've been talking about me looking for the markets to continue to the downside. I've been bearish since the very start of 2022. And listen, I believe that the recession, if and when it comes in 2023, is not going to be a deep, crazy recession. I think it'll be short. I think it'll be short-lived. I think it'll be kind of shallow. And then I think we can go on our merry way. So nothing necessarily to be freaking out about. I think it's also necessary in order to bring down the inflation problems that we're seeing here. I think it's needed. I think it's necessary. And we're going to talk about today Facebook earnings. You had PayPal, you had Qualcomm, or I should say Meta, not Facebook, had earnings today. And Facebook and Meta trading significantly higher, Qualcomm trading higher. There was a slew of other earnings that are trading higher that saved the markets today, because the markets were flirting with an extremely important support level. From a technical standpoint, both the S&P and the NASDAQ were sitting, and I mean sitting, on top of a major level of support today. And it looks like these earnings reports could cause a bit of a bounce off these levels, which is exactly what we talked about when you guys were asking me just a couple days ago. What do I think the markets were going to do this week? This is exactly what we talked about. Go back to Friday. On live stream on Friday, we told you guys we caught those put options on the SPY. It was 102% gain, was a thing of beauty. But then I said I think we go lower this week, really test those March lows, and then earnings stabilize the market, right? That was kind of the game plan that I've been kind of laying out for you guys over the last couple of days, and it happened exactly to the T today. Okay, that game plan really followed through perfectly. So we're going to go over what all these earnings mean, and is this a move in the markets that you can trust? Is it finally okay to start buying this pullback, or is there more downside to come? We're going to break all that down. I'm going to share with you guys my analysis and my opinions right here on this live stream. But why should you listen to anything that I have to say? Why would you care about my analysis or opinions? Guys, I have more experience than probably 90% of the people that you're going to find, or finance YouTubers or gurus that are out there. My name is Michael Everett. I've been trading and investing for about 15 years, and I began my career working for a fund in New York City. It's my first job out of college. And then 2008 happened, and that was the Great Recession, the stock market crash, but also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now, folks, 15 years later, I'm now the head trader at True Trading Group, the fastest growing and highest rated online premium educational platform that's available to retail traders today. And since 2016, my team of 8 other professional trading moderators, as well as myself, have helped thousands of people from all walks of life from all over the world achieve their financial goals. You guys have been on this live stream for a while. You'll know that we sold out of half of our long-term portfolios at the end of last year. Thank God for that, right? Congratulations to those of you that are really, really, really glad that we dropped out of and took a ton of profit at the end of last year and sold out of some of our tech-heavy portfolio last year. We got rid of it at the end of the last year, and it's looking like so far that was the right move to do. But this volatility that you've been seeing is something that I was calling for at the end of December, calling 2022 the year of the active trader. And when I say active, I don't mean you're buying and selling every 5 seconds, but being able to day trade and swing trade on an active basis instead of just sitting at the mercy of the markets in a long-term portfolio in your 401ks or your IRAs. Instead of watching those balances diminish, get in there, short stocks, buy put options, buy inverse ETFs. You don't know how to do any of those things, don't worry about it. We'll teach you, because that is how traders are making money in this market. It's not by buying the dips. It's by actually shorting rallies, okay? And this is what I meant by being able to be an active trader, profit while stocks go down, and then actually take that profit when the dust settles, and then start to push all that right into your long-term portfolios. That's our game plan. That's what I've been doing, and that's what I've continued to do here. Another solid day today and solid analysis. So we're going to break all that down for you guys here today on this live stream, because I really think it's something that it's important for us to discuss, because I'll go over with you guys on this live stream not only what I think the recent earnings mean for the market and mean for those individual stocks, and if we can trust those earnings. But I'm also going to go with you what I think is going to happen over the next couple of weeks. You have the Fed meeting on May 4th, where you're going to get probably a 50 basis point hike on May 4th from the Fed. And then you'll get CPI and PPI readings for April. And then that I'm going to walk you through that the next couple of weeks of what I think the market's going to do. And so far, since the start of the year, we've been spot on with our analysis in the overall markets. And I don't see any reason why that's going to stop now. And we're going to continue to profit from these moves and from this direction. All right. I think this also means we're getting pretty close. We're getting pretty close to the point where I'm going to add to my long-term portfolio. We're not there just yet. I think where we are right now in the markets, if you want to start nibbling, you can. There's a couple of stocks that I think are worth starting to nibble on, but save some powder, save some ammunition for if markets go lower. I think they do in the next couple of months. And then that's when I'm going to start to deploy a big chunk of capital. And I'll tell my THC fam, I'll tell you guys exactly what stocks I'm buying. I'm going to come up with a whole list. I might even come up with like my top 10 highest conviction stocks, the 10 stocks I'm going to buy first before anything others. And then I'll come up with another list of maybe my top 10 high speculation plays, which are going to be higher risk investments, where these are going to be stocks that you can stash in your portfolio for the next 5 to 7 years, have the potential to give you 1,000, 2,000% gainer, but also have the potential to lose you 75 or 80%. So you want to make sure that you adjust position size on the higher speculation ones versus the top 10 conviction. Those are where I'm going to be going in with much larger size. And I'll share that with my THC fam when that time comes. I think it's coming very, very soon. So, this COVID crash of 2020 was the greatest wealth building opportunity of my lifetime. And we were buying hand over fist inside True Trading Group. If you guys were not a part of TTG, or if we're not watching my live streams at that time, go back. They're all on this YouTube channel. You guys can go back to 2020, March and April, and just watch the YouTube videos where I'm literally telling you guys, get in there, buy this hand over fist. This is the greatest wealth building. I was screaming. Literally, there were live streams. I was literally like screaming, like, this is the greatest wealth building opportunity. So if you missed that, which as many people did, don't stress it, because I think we're going to get another really good opportunity very, very, very soon. Okay. But the clock's ticking, right? The clock's ticking. And I think you guys can't wait until markets go back to all-time highs to say, hey, I want to get involved in the markets. When stocks are down, that's when you want to get involved in the markets. The biggest transfer of wealth occurs when stock markets decline, because what happens is your retail investors wait for the markets to crash. Then they get scared and they sell, but they're selling very close to the bottom because that's max fear and they're at max panic. They panic out, they sell, and they stay out of the market then until the markets get back towards highs. And once they start hearing in the news again that the stock markets are back at all-time highs, they feel like, oh, the stock market's actually doing really well now, so let me get back involved in the markets. But all you're doing is buying up at the highs, you panic out at the lows, and you're buying from professionals and then you're selling to professionals. It's the exact opposite. You're supposed to buy low, sell high. Instead, retail investors buy high and they sell low. And then they say, oh, the stock market's a scam. It's rigged against the little guy. It's not rigged against the little guy. It's just that the little guy doesn't have necessarily the education, the access to the tools that the professional traders do. And that, my friends, is where True Trading Group comes into play. That is our goal. That's our mission, to level the playing field for the retail trader. I'm getting my fam ready for the entire remainder of 2022. Every single course, workshop, event that we hold for the TGD members is going to be geared towards getting them prepared and getting them cashed up to take advantage of what could be the greatest wealth building opportunity of many people's lives if you missed the COVID crash. Okay. So folks, we're going to start this live stream off with about a 15, 20 minute Q&A. I'm going to give some time for people to log on. You guys can ask me questions, whatever's on your mind. And then I will be getting into Meta's earnings. We'll talk about Qualcomm's earnings. And then tomorrow is the single most important earnings day of the entire season. And I'll explain to you guys why tomorrow is the most important day when it comes to earnings and when it comes to what this market's going to do going forward. And I'll tell you what I think the markets do and how we're going to make money from it the end of this week and then also going into the next 2 weeks as well. All right. So let's go ahead right now, guys. Don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Type your questions in chat right now. Okay. Asking questions is how you learn. And let's go ahead, guys, and begin that Q&A. Hey, yo, teaching family. Hi, Mike. Adam, get well, please. Yes. Thank you, Renee. Yeah, guys, Adam is still really sick. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. He tested, negative for COVID. But Adam's been pretty sick. So wishing Adam well. For those who don't know who the hell Adam is my business partner and co-founder of True Trading Group. Victor wants to know, when charting support and resistance, do you use the doji candle or the candle close? I do, Victor. I do not ignore. I do not ignore candles. I mean wicks. So when you say the doji, a doji is actually a type of candlestick pattern. You're referring to the wicks, like the tails, right? That's what you're referring to. You should not ignore them. They are actual price action. The reason why I don't like the idea of a candle close or candle open is because depending on what time frame you're looking at, that candle open and close is going to be completely different for two different time frames. But that wick, that tail, will remain constant no matter what the time frame is that you're looking at. And that's why I think that you definitely should be using the tails and the wicks. You should not ignore them. There's not a right or wrong answer. This is a question that I get asked very often, which is, do I use the candle or do I use the wick? You use both. It's like, but you do not ignore those wicks. Those wicks are extremely important. You should include those in your support and resistance levels. What should someone on a $1,000 account be taking on a day as a minimum? Tiz, I wonder if you meant, what should someone on a $1,000 account be making on a day as a minimum? I think might be what you're asking. What should you be taking? I mean, I'll answer both. If I'm not sure what you mean. If you say, what should you be taking? I don't know what you mean. Like if you're talking about your position size or something, I would say, but whatever, if you're starting out with $1,000 account, like I wouldn't risk anything more than $100 per trade. You should probably be risking like, $25 a trade, $50 a trade, something along those lines. Okay. So when it comes to your risk, if you have $1,000 in your account, I would only risk 25 or $50 per trade. Now, that does not mean that's the position size. Position size and risk are not the same thing. Risk is if you make a trade and you lose. Okay. So now I just say, Tiz, you said that. So Tiz just responded and said, I mean making. I hate that you just asked me that question, Tiz. Like you have no idea how much I hate that you just asked that question. It's not your fault, but you should not be thinking at all about how much you should be making on a day as a minimum. There is no answer to that question. There really isn't. There's no answer to that question. It could be $25, $100, $200. There's absolutely no answer to that question on what you should be making per day as a minimum. Okay. Your account size has nothing to do with, a minimum amount that you should be making. You really need to, the goal for you with $1,000 in your account, the goal for you is not to make money, right? You shouldn't be focused on making money because you're dealing with a small account. Your goal at that moment is when you're first getting started is to actually learn how to do this properly, become consistent enough so that you can actually build that account balance up so that now you can start making meaningful amounts of money. Like, listen, who wouldn't like 50 or $75 here and there on a day if you guys are trading with really small size? Sure, that's great. But is that the kind of money that's going to really make an impact or make a dent? A lot of people don't really get into the markets to make $25 or $50 a day. People are getting into the markets to make, a few $100 a day or a couple $1,000 a day even. So it's like, that's eventually the point that you want to get to. And you want to focus on building that account balance first. It's people that start with really small accounts that they try to, how can I turn this 1,000 to 2,000 real quick? That's how you take really, really high risk trades and you get yourself into a whole lot of trouble by doing it that way. All right. So don't focus on how much can you make minimum. It's the wrong mentality to have, my friend. Hello, Mike. Is it whenever QQQ down, SPY down too, they usually go together? No, they do not necessarily have to go together. There is a correlation. There is a correlation between the two because the NASDAQ is heavily tech weighted. It's basically all a bunch of tech stocks. And the S&P, the largest sector of the S&P is technology. And the S&P is a weighted index. So the bigger the sector and the bigger the stock and component that's moving around, the more of an impact that's going to have on the S&P 500. So if Apple is moving up or down significantly, it's going to have a major impact on the index that it is in. Okay, a bigger impact there than a stock like Moderna. Okay, Moderna is a tiny company compared to Apple. So when tech starts to move significantly up or down, the SPY will tend to also go in that direction, but it does not mean that you can have a day where the SPY is green and the NASDAQ is red, because you can have the technology sector can be red, but you can have industrials, energy, financials, healthcare, consumer discretionary, consumer staples, materials, all these other industries and all these other sectors of the S&P 500 can be green. So just because tech is red does not mean that the S&P 500 has to be red. Okay, but there will be a correlation. There will be a push-pull with tech and the S&P 500, but it does not mean that you can't have days where the SPY is green and the Qs are red. You absolutely, and vice versa, you absolutely could. Like when you buy stock for the long term, do you take in consideration the same amount of loss tolerance or does it change? No, the loss tolerance changes, Renzo. The loss tolerance changes. I don't really necessarily have like, when I start going in after long-term portfolio stuff, I don't really necessarily have like the same kind of stop losses and everything like that as I do with my active trading. Because when I get involved in a company for the long haul, I own that thing for 3, 5, 7 years. Like I'm buying that stock and I'm holding on to it for a while. So I treat it a little bit differently. I treat it a little bit differently. And I have a lot more money in my long-term portfolio than I do in my active trading account. It's not even close. So, the P&L swings on a day-to-day movement in the markets is a lot. If I was to look at, what my long-term portfolio looks like after a day when the Dow is down 1,000 points, I'm gonna want to throw up thinking about, I could have just bought a house or something like that. It's not stuff like that. I try not to really focus on the day-to-day movement in the long-term portfolio, but rather buy good, high-quality companies that I like at moments when I believe that they're at good prices, and I just hold on to them. So there is difference. There are differences in the way that I approach my long-term portfolio than I do with my active trading. Do you have any plans for natural gas? I do not. Based out of where I don't really trade natural gas. The Jason does, though. The Jason Simmons, the professor, one of our pro trader moderators inside TTG, who just held a fantastic red to green workshop, by the way, guys. Did you guys enjoy? Anybody here attend the red to green workshop? Did you guys enjoy it? If you did. So for those that don't know, for those that are not members, inside True Trading Group, I come on these live streams all the time. And we always have a bunch of members that come on and they support these live streams too. And we drop golden nuggets on a regular. And you'll see a lot of people on these live streams. You're going to see a lot of people comment about their successes and how well they're doing, and people that are making money. But it's also important to point out and important to say that not all, most TG members are doing well. They're making money, becoming better traders, but not all of them. Okay, not all of them. We do still have members inside your trading group that are still struggling. Okay. I wish it was possible to have a 100% success rate, but it's not. Okay, so it's equally as important to recognize those that are having a hard time as it is those that are having success. And at True Trading Group, we leave no trader behind. All right, we leave no trader behind, and in doing so, we host every month what we call red to green workshops. All right, red to green workshops are where any member of True Trading Group that is still struggling, you could submit questions, topics, anything that you're having a hard time with. And then the moderators, today it was Jason Simmons, a professor, will host a 2-hour-long live workshop specifically with our members that are still red to help them overcome whatever their struggles are to get them to green. That's why we call it a red to green workshop. Okay, we just had one of them today. We just wrapped up, I think around 6:15, right before we started this live stream. So I see there's a bunch of people that actually attended that are on this live stream. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. And anybody can attend it. You don't have to be red in order to attend it. We still have a bunch of people that are still very successful, still attend the red to green workshops because there's just great lessons and fundamental things to talk about. And that was a lot of fun. Another really good workshop there. Is guidance more important than fundamentals short term, especially daily around earnings announcements? Right now, guidance is everything. Guidance is everything right now because nobody knows, is inflation going to come down or not? Nobody knows. Is the economy slowing to a point of concern, or is it slowing from an unrealistic point to a point of normalcy? It's a very big difference. The economy is slowing, but it's still strong, even though it's slowing. Now, nobody knows for sure, and this is a great debate, right? This is the argument between bulls and bears right now. Bulls believe inflation will peak very soon, if it has not already, and will come down at the second half of the year. Bulls believe the Russia-Ukraine war will be over by the second part of the year. And they think that the U.S. economy is slowing, but it's still very strong. And they don't think there's going to be a recession. That's the arguments from the bulls. The bears are saying, even if the Fed raises rates like they plan this year, it's not enough to bring down inflation. The bears argue that there's no telling when this Russia-Ukraine war is going to end because that's going to keep food and energy prices elevated. And the bears believe that if the Fed is too aggressive, they will slow the economy to a point of a recession. And that's the argument of the bears. So getting guidance from companies right now during their earnings gives investors insight into what do all of these company CEOs and CFOs and all their genius management and board members, what do they think? Do they think that next quarter and the quarter after that is going to be light? Are they revising their estimates lower? Are they missing on their guidance? Are they lowering their guidance? Right? That's what investors are trying to figure out. So right now, guidance is everything. And then once you get into, like, I'd say next quarter, the results are actually going to have a major impact. It's not just about the guidance now, because now you're going to be getting into next quarter. You're going to have a series of probably 4 rate hikes under our belt. No, more than that. You probably have 5 rate hikes under your belt by the time you get your next round of earnings announcements. So we're going to get a feel for, like, okay, has demand slowed? Has inflation slowed? And then it's going to become, are companies able to beat on their earnings in that environment? Because companies haven't been tested like that in a rising rate environment this aggressively in decades. We haven't raised rates this quickly in my entire lifetime. You know, I mean, you got to go back to Paul Volcker when he really purposely sent the economy into a recession in the 80s to bring down what was insanely high inflation. But even that is not as aggressive as a hawkish stance as what the Fed is doing now. 2 totally different economic situations. You can't really compare the two, but we really haven't had a test like that. So it will come to a point where the actual earnings beats and misses will matter. But right now, this quarter, it's more about guidance. The next 2 quarters, you're going to see more of a care on actually hitting those earnings estimates. But right now, it's all about guidance. Thoughts on Facebook, time to get calls. All right. I mean, I was going to talk about this later, but I will briefly touch upon it now. And then I'll get into this a little bit later. All right. So listen, Facebook, huge move right now after hours. Okay. Huge move. All right. What you're seeing, you've got resistance on Facebook at 210. Okay. I'll draw a line across 210. I'll just show it for you. Okay. So there's 210, right? For anyone that I'll make it bigger so you guys can see, that's 210. Now you'll notice after that last quarter's disaster of an earnings sell-off, you then see that 210 became resistance. Then we broke above it right there in March. Then it became support. We pulled back there in April. It became support again. And then it cracked when the market had the big sell-off starting Thursday, Friday. And then the sell-off continued. And now earnings took you right back to where? 210. Okay, it's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence that Facebook just stopped right there at 210. That's a major level for the stock. All right. What I think will determine if Facebook has more legs to the upside or not is what happens with earnings tomorrow. I can't stress enough how important tomorrow's earnings are going to be for the direction and the sentiment the market's going to have for the next 1 to 2 weeks. And I'll go over that a little bit more a little bit later on in this live stream on just exactly why tomorrow is so important. And, you know, what about one day can really change or justify sentiment in the overall market. We'll get into that. I think Meta, I am not in the camp that Meta is like this dying company. There's some people out there that say, oh, Facebook's a dying company. No, it's not. All right. First of all, Meta owns many, many things. Okay. It's not just Facebook. That's number one. Obviously, yes, Facebook is their lead driver, right? That's where they make all their money. 90% of Facebook's revenue comes from advertisements on Facebook. But this company is going through a change. They're going through an adjustment period. And a lot of tech juggernauts throughout history, Microsoft being one of them, Oracle being another, these are juggernauts in the tech space that they got to a point of such growth, and then they had to actually adjust and change their focus. Now, that change of focus process could take several years. It took several years for Microsoft to come back to the darling. Not a lot of people know this. Microsoft did not always used to be the darling that it is today. Microsoft is one of the best performing tech stocks of recent time. It wasn't always like that. Microsoft went through a real stall period where that stock was basically doing nothing. And that's when they were going through a transition period. But when they came out of that transition period with a new focus and a new business drive, the company grew exponentially and provided shareholders with tremendous rewards down the road. I view Facebook and Meta as that exact same scenario. I don't believe you should be buying Meta right now if you're looking for immediate gratification, because I think Facebook is going to really bounce around and chop around without any real meaningful movement. Yeah, sure. Could the stock go back to 240? Yes. Could it go back to 180? Yes. But is this stock going to go to 400 in the next 1 or 2 years? Absolutely effing not. But can this stock go to 600 in the next 5 to 7 years? Absolutely yes. It can. It's going to take them time to really build out metaverse. And it's not just them. Okay. Facebook has some of the best tech and best hardware when it comes to virtual reality. You guys believe that virtual reality is going to be a technology that's here to stay. That's going to continue to evolve. It's going to get bigger. It's going to become a bigger part of our daily lives. If you think that answer is yes, then you've got to be bullish on virtual reality components. And Facebook, Oculus, is some of the best tech out there. Do you think the metaverse is going to be a real industry and a real new opportunity, kind of the birth of an entirely new industry? If you think that answer is yes, I do think that answer is yes, then Facebook is at the forefront of that movement. And nobody has more money than Facebook to invest. Nobody has smarter programmers than Facebook to develop these metaverse functions. So Facebook recognizes there is tremendous competition in social media. Okay. TikTok is screwing up everybody. Twitter, Pinterest, Snapchat, Facebook, these companies are all having a very hard time keeping their audience. Even Google, even Alphabet's earnings with YouTube advertisements actually were not as good as people were expecting. Every single social media platform has lost eyeballs to TikTok. And it's TikTok today. In 2 years, it'll be Flapjack. I don't freaking know. There's going to be another social media app that will come out. That'll be the new buzz, and everybody's going to jump on it. That competition is extremely high and it's extremely real. Facebook knows that. And they're making this shift to go into the metaverse. I believe they will be successful, but you must be patient with Facebook throughout that process. This is not a company that I think is going to go back to $380, which is its all-time high, anytime in the near future. But further down the road, I believe very strongly in Facebook's team, direction, cash flow, Mark Zuckerberg's brain to get this company to become the leading industry juggernaut of what would be the metaverse and virtual reality and that type of platform. And that's why I like Meta for the long term. So if you're looking at it from a long-term perspective, I like it, but don't look for immediate rewards because I don't think Facebook is going to recover at the same pace when the markets recover as some other sectors. Like I think Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, I think those stocks recover faster than Meta does, but I still think it's a good long-term. I still, listen, I own Meta. I sold half of my Meta position in October. All right. When I sold half of all my tech, right? I'm going to buy more. I am going to buy more. I didn't buy anything more today after this earnings because we're going to wait and see what happens with Apple, Amazon. You have a lot of other big earnings coming out to see if we think Facebook moves higher over the next couple of days. All right. So we're going to get into all that, folks, in just a moment. Before I do, I'd like to see how many people are on the live stream right now that are actually new. Or if you're not a member. If you guys are not a member of True Trading Group, do me a favor real quick. Type the letters TTG if you are not a member of True Trading Group. Don't be shy, folks. All right, here we go. Here's all these TTGers that are flying through now. Let's see. We got Dan Fitzgerald. We got Monster Nuts, Jay Sand, Cryptic Trader, Eric Haggins, Brian Feeney, Enzo, Victor Torres, Scott. Oh, Victor, thanks for that question before. Israel Gonzalez, Craig Reef, 30 Cuban, Lapju, D. Brazo. Nice. Good, guys. A lot of new faces that are here with us. A lot of new faces that are here with us that are not members of the TTG family. What I'm going to do here real quick, folks, I'm going to go through with you. And you guys are really in luck again. This is going to be 2 nights in a row. Adam's been really, really sick. So we were supposed to, and this is actually kind of on my fault because Adam didn't do it yesterday. And then when Adam was sick today, I said that I was going to do it and then I didn't do it. So we still haven't changed the price of the membership on the site. The price was supposed to go up to over $1,200. It has not because Adam didn't do it yesterday. Adam's really sick. And then I was supposed to do it today because he's still sick. And then I forgot to do it because I had my interview today with NASDAQ. Check that out, by the way, guys. Definitely go ahead and check out. I was interviewed today by NASDAQ on their trade talks. Quick little interview kind of talking about, retail traders being in a an environment of volatility that we're in now that they may not be used to, and some helpful little tips on that. So make sure you guys check that out. You can go follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @MikeEdward_TTG. Again, it's @MikeEdward_TTG. Give me a follow, and you guys can go to our company's Twitter if we also want to put the company's Twitter up there. But you guys can go to, Trade Talks, NASDAQ Trade Talks, and you guys can see on their Twitter to check out our, there's right at the bottom of your screen, folks, is our company Twitter. That's True Trading Group's Twitter. If you guys want to go check us out there, True Trading GRP. That's @True Trading GRP. Like I said, I was interviewed by NASDAQ today. Had a great time. It was a lot of fun. Looking forward to going back there and doing it again. Where did I leave? I forgot how I just ended up on that tangent. Oh, but because the membership. So that's why I didn't change the price. That's why I totally forgot. So what I'm going to do real quick, don't go anywhere. Literally, I'm going to spend about 6 or 7 minutes. I'm going to tell you guys how you can join the THD family. Take advantage of it, because the price was supposed to go up to over 1,200 for the whole year. It has not. It's still underneath 1,200, but it's just going to be for one more night. And then, because if Adam's not feeling better by tomorrow, I will change it tomorrow. I will not forget this time. So we have some discounts and incentives for those that are interested in joining the family. And then I'm going to tell you about Facebook, Qualcomm. We're going to go over the earnings. And then we're talking about tomorrow. Why is tomorrow such a big deal with Apple and Amazon reporting earnings? What do we expect out of those companies? What does that mean for the markets? And then how do we make money for the rest of this week? But then also, how do we make money going into the Fed meeting? Because I'm expecting very specific price action between now and May 4th. May 4th is your Fed meeting. So I'm going to lay out for you guys, literally in about 6 or 7 minutes, I'm going to lay out for you how I plan on making money between now and May 4th. Okay. And then as we get closer to May 4th, on my live streams, we'll talk about how we're going to make money after the Fed, depending on what the Fed does. I think they raise 50 basis points and they start that balance sheet runoff. And then I'll tell you guys what I think that means for the markets. But first, let me share with you some information about the membership. You have to realize that the THD platform is not just a chat room with traders. We combine a professional trading educational curriculum that is in-depth and complex, yet very easy to understand and implement quickly. Whether you guys have never traded a stock a day in your life, or if you're a pro looking to gain an edge, the platform and curriculum can help you guys reach your goals. We pair that with premium tools from today's top fintech companies. If you purchase these on your own, you're spending $4,000 to $5,000 a year from the tools that we have, like Benzinga, TradingView, Quote Media, Trade Ideas, Polygon, CBOE. All of these companies, okay, if you paid for their tools, which these are tools professional traders use to make better decisions, you have access to it on the THD platform. All right. You're going to spend at least $4,000 to $5,000 a year if you pay for them on your own. We went to these companies ourselves as True Trading Group and said, listen, we want your tools on our platform for our members. Let's work out a deal. We did that. And that's included in your membership to TTG for just $11.85 for the entire year. Okay. That's even if you never took a single trade alert from one of the mods, you're getting $4,000 to $5,000 worth of tools for $11.85. And then top it all off, you're joining a group of helpful, educated, like-minded traders that are led by TGD's team of full-time trading mods that have over 100 years of combined trading experience. We focused on stocks, options, crypto, futures, day trading, swing trading, even long-term investing. And results matter at True Trading Group, guys. We measure your results by your P&L. It's your results that matter, nobody else's. We don't base your results on how well I did. It doesn't matter. I could say I made $1 million today. It doesn't matter, because not one of those dollars would go towards any of your bills. That's why we measure results by your P&L. And the fact is that most of the members of True Trading Group are making money and they're becoming better traders. And watch that. I want you guys to watch this. Now I'm talking directly to members. If you are a member, type the $ in chat if you're making money with True Trading Group. Right? Very simple question. Are you making money? If the answer is yes, type the $ in chat right now. Now, if you're not a member, I would just pay attention to how many people type the $ on this side of chat right now. All these people that are typing the $, okay, there is no difference between them and you. They found True Trading Group the same way you did, and that's one of these live streams. They had the same excuses that you did. Full-time job, small account, lost money in the past, have no experience, but yet here they are now telling you they're making money thanks to the TC platform. This is what I mean by results matter. And what we've got working tonight for those people that are still interested, because the price should have already been up to like $12.25 by today, but the price is still down at $11.85. So the next 15 people to go to ttgoffer.com and use the coupon code TTG121 will get a 46% discount. The price is normally $22.12. That coupon code brings the price down to $11.85. The next 15 people to use that code will also get a free laptop. Okay. This is, you can use it to trade with, use it for work, give it to your kids for school, sell it on eBay. I don't care. It's a free gift for you for joining the family and going through our courses and quizzes. We'll even cover the shipping costs. We ship anywhere in the world. You're also going to get 2 small private study group sessions, your chance to get individual attention from one of the pro moderators at TTG to ask questions, go over any topics that you're having a hard time with. And last but certainly not least, our double your money back guarantee. I told you results matter. I mean it. I stand behind this platform. I put my money where my mouth is, and this is how I prove it to you. We are so confident in our ability to help you become successful and help you achieve the results you desire that anyone that joins True Trading Group tonight and goes through our courses, passes our quizzes, and attends one study group, do it at your own pace. It's available 24/7, 365. You do it at your own pace. But if you do that and do not ever make the $11.85 back, that's your membership cost. If you don't make it back, I'm going to give you double. That's $2,370. I'm dead serious. You'll pay $11.85. If you don't make it back at least once after going through our courses, quizzes, and attending just one study group throughout the whole year of your membership, you don't have to do this in 30 days. You have the entire year to go through these things. And if you can't make the $11.85 back, I will give you $2,370. I am not kidding. It's right there on our website in black and white. Go there, read it for yourself. You just have to go to ttgoffer.com and enter the coupon code TTG121. Again, the next 15 people will get a 46% discount, brings the price to $11.85. I would not hesitate, guys, because we were supposed to be over $1,200 already. So that's my bad. All right. So again, $11.85. The next 15 people get themselves a brand new free laptop, and you have the double your money back guarantee. I just feel like I come up here every night. I'm like, guys, it's all about education, right? Getting a real education. I mean, that's what we talked about on the NASDAQ interview today. The lady interviewed me. Her name is Jill. She said to me, Mike, she goes like, why, like, what is it about education? Like, why is it, what can you say to these retail traders that just got involved in the markets in 2020 and 2021 that had no education whatsoever? Because millions of dollars were made in 2021 and it's been lost in 2022 because people do not have an education. They don't know what they're doing. They got a false sense of reality in 2021. They think stocks only go up. That's not the case. You're seeing that now. And a lot of the money that people were up in 2021, they never sold it. And it's just gone. It's gone just like that. We talked about that today in my NASDAQ interview. Take advantage of this, folks. I'm telling you now, the environment that we're in is filled with tremendous opportunities. The volatility, the moves these stocks are making in a single day is absolutely nuts. All right. Get yourself educated now. All right. Saying go to ttgoffer.com and then use the code TTG121. All right. That's how you'll get the 46% discount. And guys, don't listen. When you sign up, you don't have to enter your address for the laptop. Don't worry about your address for the laptop. Once you sign up, you will be, we will give you instructions. Okay. We will give you instructions once you sign up on how to claim that laptop. Okay. So you'll be prompted with instructions after signing up how to claim your laptop. All right. But I would jump on that now before this live stream's over so you guys can get that price point and also snag one of those free laptops before we sell out of them. There's only 15 of them here for tonight. All right, guys. Okay. So like I said, see, that wasn't bad. I said, give me 6-7 minutes. Let me tell you about the membership real quick, how you guys can join, because I told you we had some incentives and some discounts I wanted you guys to be aware of for those that want to join the fam. because tomorrow's going to be a big day. If there's ever been a time for you guys to get your butts in chat, and you don't have to sit in front of your computer screen all day long, folks. Use the mobile app. We have a mobile app for members. It allows you to stay connected to the chat room even though you're not in front of your computer screen. You can see the screen share. You can listen to the audio analysis because the mods and we talk to you during the day on the microphone, just like I'm talking to you now, right? We talk all day long. What we're seeing, what our analysis is, market commentary. We let you guys know what trades we're making before we make them. So use that mobile app, and the mobile app will give you real-time push notifications whenever one of the moderators enters or exits a trade. This way you can follow along with what we're doing during the day, even though you work a full-time job, right? The majority of our members have full-time jobs, guys. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. People that think like, oh, I can't do this because I work a full-time. I'll show it to you. I'll actually show it to you. It's always better when I ask people this question instead of me answering it. Guys, if you're a member of True Trading Group, do me a favor. Type the number 1 and tell me what you do for a living. If you're making money while working a full-time job. Real quick, if you're a member, just type the number 1 and tell me what you do for a living if you guys are making money while working a full-time job. Now, if you're not a member and you have a full-time job and you don't think you can do this, just read some of the comments. I'm not going to go through it too much. Okay, I'll let you read some of those comments. And then we're going to dive in here in the overall markets. And we're going to start talking about everything around earnings and what this means for the markets going forward. A couple of people, field builder, I'd build fuel stations, natural gas worker, teacher, golf course landscaping, restoration, security, graphic designer, event marketing, real estate, home inspector, assistant accountant, systems engineer. Okay. So you guys can see. All right. So like I said, I'm not going to read too many of those. You can read them though. If you guys are not members, you want to see kind of what we have. Nice. Ray's a porn star. Nice. Good balance. That's good balance. That's how I got my start too. That's how I got my start. All right, guys, let's roll things over. Let's head on over here into the overall markets and let's talk about what this earnings mean for us. Okay. You had really good earnings from, well, not really good earnings from Meta. The earnings from Meta really actually weren't even that great. You know, they missed on revs. They guided lower for next quarter. I have to sneeze. Sorry about that. They guided lower for next quarter. They missed on daily active, monthly active users. So there really wasn't a whole ton. There wasn't a whole ton of success on this earnings report. The stock still traded significantly higher, and it's holding up significantly higher right now, up 15%. Now that stabilized the markets. Okay. You also have Qualcomm. Qualcomm is a semiconductor. The reason why this is important is because the semiconductor space has been getting crushed. Okay, look at the SMH. That's the ETF that is the semiconductors. Okay, that's the ETF that is the semiconductors. All right, you can see the semiconductors have really gotten beaten up. What are your semiconductors? That's NVIDIA. Look at NVIDIA's chart, right? AMD, right? Look at Micron. Okay, even Taiwan Semiconductor. Like these semiconductors have really Broadcom's holding up the best. I actually really like Broadcom long term. I'm also a shareholder of Broadcom. Okay, but Broadcom is one of the few tech stocks that's actually still above its 200-day moving average. That's a fun fact. See this yellow line? That's the 200-day moving average. And fun fact for Broadcom, it's one of the few tech stocks that is still above that yellow line. If you pull up any other tech stock, you name it. I'll even pull up Apple, right? Even Apple is flirting with that 200-day moving average. Take a look at Google, okay? Google, nowhere near that yellow line, right? You look at Amazon, nowhere near it. Microsoft, nowhere near it. Meta, yeah, right. Netflix, maybe next time. PayPal, see ya, right? Look at all these companies. Then take a look at even Qualcomm, right? Look at NVIDIA, nowhere near that yellow line. AMD, nowhere near that yellow line. Look at the Qs. That's the NASDAQ. Look where that is compared to the yellow line. Broadcom is one of the few tech stocks that's actually still above its 200-day moving average. That shows tremendous strength. Okay. But the fact that Qualcomm came out with good earnings, being in the semiconductor space, bodes well. Okay. Bodes well to see if, well, maybe semiconductors can start to bounce. And if semiconductors can bounce, semiconductors have been a big drag on the NASDAQ. If semiconductors can bounce, you have Facebook that's bouncing. That means the NASDAQ can bounce. And if the NASDAQ can bounce, then the S&P can bounce. That's why we got to talk about what this earnings, can earnings save the market, right? Can earnings save the market? But you know what? I mean, I say that, but it doesn't even matter. We don't need earnings to save the market, because whether the markets go up or down, we're making money in True Trading Group, guys. We also talked about that today in the NASDAQ interview. The woman was asking me about how are we making money while stocks are going down? Because we're having a banner year at TTG. A lot of members are having the best months ever, having their best years ever. We're actually doing very, very well in True Trading Group while markets are in a decline, because we're buying put options, we're shorting stocks, we're buying inverse ETFs, and we're doing very, very well while everybody else is kind of freaking out. That was one of the questions that the person asked me today. So it doesn't really matter. We don't need earnings to save the market. If earnings completely bomb, if Apple and Amazon completely miss, they guide lower, which I don't think is going to happen. But if that's the case, the markets go lower, great. We'll be in put options. We'll ride that thing down until this, until the cows come home or something, whatever that saying is. But that's what that's what we're going to lean on. Okay. That's exactly what we're going to lean on. All right. So Qualcomm's big move higher today. Facebook's move higher today set us up for a bounce in the overall markets. And what you'll know, I mean, you can't see because these damn tails, these tails are screwing up my chart right now. But you'll see the SPY closed around 417. Okay. And now we're trading back at 420.50. So we've moved about 3 to 3.5 points higher after hours on the S&P. Okay. So we're ready. We're geared up right now for a bounce. And when I take you guys over to a daily chart, all right, and I draw a line across this support level that's like 415.50, all right, disregard this tail. This tail is not a real tail. We never got down that far today. All right, I'll go to a 15-minute chart just to show you so you guys can see this level of support. You go all the way back there till March 14th, then you all the way go back here, right? You see that support level, and then you see the other day we had that support the other day, and then that's where we held. Oops, sorry, that was yesterday's low, and then there's today's low, and you can see we tested again late in the day, held again, and now we're still bouncing higher, bouncing off that level. This is a major level of support for the SPY. This is what I meant by the markets got down and we sat on there. All right. And we just dropped down to that level and we just sat there. So now that you're getting Facebook and Qualcomm are trading higher, that's helping the NASDAQ move higher. Okay. You can see the NASDAQ kind of bouncing off, and the NASDAQ's level is a little bit lower. That's 316. Okay. NASDAQ's level is a little bit lower, and that's allowing the SPY to bounce. Tomorrow is going to be the key. So whether or, and this is after, mind you, this is after Microsoft. Microsoft had good earnings and actually gapped up today and traded higher and stayed up 6% the whole day. Okay. Stayed above there 6% the whole day. So you got Microsoft is up. The only one that's down was Alphabet. Okay, but Microsoft up, Meta up, Qualcomm up. Now you've got Apple and Amazon tomorrow. And look at what happened to Apple after hours. Apple closed down around 156.5. The stock moved all the way to 159.5 after hours because of Qualcomm and Meta. If they go up on earnings, everybody's thinking to themselves, then Apple's probably going to go up on earnings. Apple's the best company out there. Everybody welcome Christopher and Lucas. Christopher and Lucas, welcome. Newest members of the TTG family, folks. There are now just 13 of those laptops left. 13 laptops left. Everybody welcome Christopher and Lucas. Guys, remember, just go to ttgoffer.com. Enter the code TTG121. That'll get you the 46% discount, the free laptop, the 2 study groups, and the double your money back guarantee. There's not a single other group or program or service that's going to give you double your money back, you got to ask yourself why. Why do we do that and nobody else does? It says a lot about how confident we are in our ability to help you become successful. All right. So whether or not it's time for the market to move higher is going to be based on tomorrow's earnings from Apple and Amazon. Let me tell you guys what I think is going to happen. If we go to Amazon first. Amazon, my friends, is at the mother of all support levels. Okay. And this is a real tail to the downside there on Amazon. Okay. We are at the mother of all support levels for Amazon. So Amazon is kind of primed up right now for a bounce off of this level. Okay. Apple also at a support level right around this 200-day moving average. I think that we're going to see a bounce in the overall markets. I do. I think the markets are going to bounce. And if you guys were watching my live streams for the last week or so, you'll remember that I drew for you candles, didn't I? You guys remember the candles that I drew? I think I told you guys take a screenshot of it because I told you I thought the markets were going to go down and test the March lows and then earnings stabilize the market, right? Earnings can stabilize the market and then we can move higher, okay, based on earnings and the Fed raising interest rates by 50 basis points. Now, I believe that you are going to get price action that looks similar to this as people step in and buy tomorrow with decent earnings. From a technical standpoint, they say major support level held. And then you got Apple and Amazon are expected to have good earnings. People are going to think that could take the markets higher. And I think you get some buying pressure coming tomorrow. There was no buying in the markets today. There was no nothing in the markets today. The markets today were just quiet, right? Just quiet. There was like, today felt like there really wasn't buying pressure. It just felt today like the sellers stopped. That's what today felt like. Today felt like nobody was interested in really piling in and going long. Today felt like people just stopped selling. Now you've got the positive earnings from Qualcomm and Meta. You got Apple and Amazon. Now people are expecting good numbers from them. If you got good numbers from Meta, well, good results, I should say, from Meta and Qualcomm. And I think that allows the markets to breathe higher over the next couple of days. And I think we could be catching some call options between today and Friday with the earnings from today. That bounce continues. Then you have Apple, Amazon move higher, good earnings, and that moves the markets higher on Friday as well. So I think you can have 3 green candles today in a row here to finish out the week. Now, the flip side of that, if Apple misses earnings or gives poor guidance, forget it. Everything I just said goes out the window. If Apple misses earnings or guides lower, I think you just forget it. Okay? Everything I'm saying goes out the window. Everybody is expecting Apple to kind of come in here as the white knight and save the day. If they don't, we break today's lows. Okay? We break today's lows come Friday if Apple misses earnings tomorrow night. I think Friday we break today's lows if that's the case. And you're looking at the SPY down around 410, 411 close on Friday if Apple misses tomorrow. So my thoughts coming into the day tomorrow, this is how I plan on making money from this, is I'm going to be focusing on a bounce. I'm looking at call option opportunities actually now in some tech names and in the overall markets going into Apple and Amazon earnings. Then I'm looking for Apple and Amazon to have good earnings and that continue moving the markets higher into Friday. If Apple and Amazon miss, then forget it. I'm looking at put options Friday, and we're going to just ride Friday straight down to the February low, which is right here. Okay, so this is if Apple and Amazon beat. If Apple misses, then I think tomorrow looks like this, right? Tomorrow looks like this. Okay. And then Apple misses. And then Friday looks like that. Okay. That's if Apple misses. Okay. And that's my analysis. Those are my thoughts on the overall markets, folks. So now you guys have a good idea of exactly what I'm thinking. I hope that this was helpful, right? I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys now have a better feel for kind of what it is that I'm looking for and how we're going to make some money from it. All right. So, folks, what I'm going to do here now, that kind of wraps up the Yazir, welcome. Everybody welcome Yasir. Yasir, welcome. There are now just 12 of those laptops left, guys. Guys, don't be shy. What are you waiting for? I'm being dead serious. If you don't make the membership fee back, that's $11.85. You don't make it back, I'll give you $2,370. Balls in your court. Balls in your court. And a lot of people are like, no way. This guy's totally full of shit. There's no way he's going to give me double my money back. It's true. My TG fam, am I for real? Is it real? Is the double your money back guarantee real? If you're a member, you can sound off in chat. Because a lot of people, when I say it, a lot of people don't think I'm serious. A lot of people are like, no way. Yes way. It's on the website. It's right there on our checkout page. I can't have that up there and then not actually give it. Not actually give it when people. Oh, guys, the code word. I'm sorry. I almost forgot the code word. Guys, I'm so sorry. I almost forgot the code word. The code word tonight, if you're not a member, don't worry about this. This is a code word for members. We do a lot of fun giveaways. We give away cash. We give away electronics. Just on the live stream the other night, we gave away a bunch of trading monitors. We just have a lot of fun with our members. This is part of one of those giveaways. Guys, the code word for tonight is earnings. Earnings. Okay? Earnings. All right? Earnings is the code word for tonight. Okay? So there you have it, folks. All right, guys, remember, tggoffer.com, TTG121 coupon code. For those that are still interested, that wraps up the educational part of the live. So if you're still interested, stay on the stream. I'll show you the platform, right? I'll show you the different tools and resources you have as a member of True Trading Group, okay? So, guys, you're going to get access to our chat room, of course, right? The chat room is going to be where the mods and I share our screen. We're live on the microphone. We're calling out trades in real time. Okay. We're there from pre-market till after hours. You can follow along with all of our trades. Proprietary software. It's unlike anything that you guys have ever seen. It's not like a Discord chat or anything like that. It's a proprietary software that has crazy functionality. All right. You're also going to be getting access to the 2 small private study group sessions. The 2 private study group sessions are your chance to get individual attention from one of the TG moderators to go over questions and topics that you're having a hard time with. This way we can speed up that learning curve. Benzinga Pro, we've got their news feed as well. So this will give you live breaking up to the second news alerts directly inside of chat. You can't rely on delayed news like Yahoo Finance, 10, 15 minutes delayed. This will give you news as soon as it crosses the wire. The speed at which traders get news matters. Then you also have TradingView's premium charting software. This is one of the most commonly used charting softwares by active traders. You don't have to pay for this stuff, guys. All this is included when you pay the $11.85. All this is included. Okay? You also get the Trade Ideas scanner. This will make sure you're always focused on the hottest stock store in the day. Stocks have been making new highs, new lows, have a surge in volume. All this stuff is free. This is what I'm talking about. These are the things I'm showing you that if you paid for them on your own, you're spending about $4,000 to $5,000 a year. It's included with your $11.85. All right. You also get to use our own simulator. Now, the simulator lets you trade stocks and options with fake money, but with real-time data, and it's available to you for the entire length of your membership. You don't have access for only like 90 days. You have access to the simulator and all of these tools for your entire membership. You also get to use our own scanner that lets you scan for crypto as well. We have dark pool data, unusual options activity, stuff that professional traders used to only have access to. Now the TG fam have it at their fingertips at no additional cost. This can help you guys make better informed decisions. You got a trading journal as well that will track all of your trades and give you statistics and data on your trading so you can figure out what you're doing wrong. A social sentiment scanner will go through StockTwits, Reddit, and Twitter and show you what stocks are being mentioned the most on those platforms. Then we have analyst ratings galore. Any stock you're interested in, you get a downloadable PDF report that will tell you how many analysts have a buy, sell, or hold rating. Then you get our watch list and our game plan every day. Okay. Every day the mods publish a watch list and our game plan, how we plan on trading that stuff. This way you can see what we have our eyes on every single day. And then you have all the courses. The courses are a simplified and expanded upon version of what I learned when I worked at the fund in New York. There's beginner and foundation courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, you name it, we've got it. It's in text and video, whatever's easier for you guys to learn. There's also a course that teaches you how to trade during a market crash. A lot of you could have used that over the first couple of months of the year. There's also, guys, and also, listen, there's no like upsell for courses. There's no VIP or pro courses that cost more money. When you join, you pay the $11.85. Okay. That's it. You get access to everything that we have. Valerie says, 5 months ago, I was with another group and paying $3,900 a year. Oh my God. With no bells and whistles like you find here with your trading group. I will never leave TTG family. TTG is a gold mine for investors. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you, Valerie. Appreciate your kind words. Folks, also you have a video library. That's in addition to the courses. The video library has over 200 hours of extra video content. These are workshops and webinars we've conducted covering a variety of topics like how to trade while working a full-time job, how to resist FOMO, how to grow a small account, just to name a few. And then when you're a member, you can actually attend all these workshops live. All right. So that's all I got for you here, folks. I mean, that's it. There's the deal you guys have. TTGoffer.com, TTG121 coupon code. That price will go up at midnight tonight. It's $11.85 now. It's going up at midnight tonight. There's 12 laptops left. You'll know you're getting a laptop as long as you see one on your checkout cart. Inside your checkout cart, you see that laptop. As long as you see it, you're one of the 12. You're good to go. Type in your info. Join the fam. Let's get ready to kick some ass and take some names. It's time you invested in something real, guys, something that can actually help you reach your goals. And I'll be the first to tell you, I can't guarantee you success. I can't promise you're going to make millions of dollars, but I can guarantee you a real chance to develop the skills that are needed to be consistently profitable as long as you're willing to put in a bit of an effort. I can promise you we'll give you double your money back. If you do not make the $11.85 back, I will give you $2,370 in return. And the day you join True Trading Group, folks, is the day that the relationship begins. We truly give a damn about whether you succeed or fail. And it's not just myself and the members, the moderators at True Trading Group, but it extends to the members themselves. Okay, we have a phenomenal group of members inside True Trading Group that are always willing to help each other out. And the family grows by the day. You know, we got about 9,500 members inside the TC fam from all walks of life, from all over the world. The ball's in your court now. Thanks for joining me, guys. We also have, we also have a 1-week trial. I forgot to mention to you guys. Okay. So if you are still unsure about the membership, you can try us out for 7 days. Okay. It's a full 7 days. It's not, the weekends don't count. So don't wait until Monday to join the trial. If you want the trial, join now. The weekends don't count against your 7 days. You get 7 days of trading with our trial. You can go to ttgthree.com. That's TTG3 spelled out. ttgthree.com. Enter your name and email, no credit card information necessary. You'll get access to our trial program. You get access to our chat, our mobile app, our news feed, our scanner, our analyst ratings, and you also get 3 sample courses included with your trial. So if you guys want to join the trial and join us for free, you can do so, ttgthree.com. And everybody welcome Daniel. Daniel's the newest member of the THD family. Welcome, Daniel. Everybody, welcome, Daniel. 11 laptops now remain. Just 11 left. Victor Torres says, are you able to retake the courses once you pass them? Thanks in advance, Mike. Yep. Victor, the courses and the quizzes are available for you 24/7, 365. So even when you're finished, you can go back and redo them. Like, there's nothing wrong with going back and doing like a refresher. Like, you know how many times members of True Trading Group kind of find themselves in a little bit of a funk and they're starting to like break their discipline. And they go back and rewatch like the trader psychology courses and that kind of stuff happens all the time, right? So the courses and the quizzes are available to you 24/7, 365. So is the video library. Okay. So is the video library. All right. So yes, you guys can go back and you can go through that stuff as much as you want. I recommend it. You know, I think you should go through the quizzes until you get 100% on every one. It's not enough to just pass. I would take them until you get 100% on every single one. That's what I would do. Mark, Allen, and Dave, welcome, fellas. Mark, Allen, and Dave, there's now just 8 of those laptops left, guys. Welcome to the TTG family. Remember, guys, go to ttgoffer.com. Right now, TTG 121 cubicle. I'm literally telling you, the price will not be $11.85 tomorrow. The price will be higher tomorrow. Okay. We also only have 8 laptops left. So if you guys want a laptop, you want to get that $11.85 price point, go there now. ttgoffer.com. Guys, think about it. I'm literally telling you, if you don't make the $11.85, I'm going to give you $23.70. So I'm basically saying, hey, invest $11.85. I'll guarantee a 100% return on that investment. As long as you're willing to put in a little bit of effort, I don't need 40 hours a week. Give me a couple hours a week on your own time, on your own schedule, at your own pace. Go through the courses, the quizzes, and attend one study group. That is all I'm asking from you. Utilize the platform you're subscribing to. And if you still cannot make $1,185 back, I'll give you $2,370. That's the deal at True Trading Group. I stand behind that because I'm confident in our ability to help you succeed. Again, not everybody's going to succeed. We don't have a 100% success rate. That's impossible. I wish it was, but I don't sugarcoat anything. I'm straight up. I don't blow smoke up anybody's ass. I'll be the first one to tell you guys. I tell it how it is. You get nothing but realness from me. I'm not going to sit here and say, join True Trading Group, and in just 10 minutes a day, you can quit your job, make $1,000 in 10 minutes with this one simple, easy pattern. Bullshit. Eat it. Okay? I can't stand when I see that nonsense. And I feel sorry for the people that fall for it. There's not a secret, right? Like, guys, I worked at a hedge fund in New York. If there was a secret, they would have told me. The secret is not predicting the future. The secret is getting an actual education to understand how to identify opportunities. And those opportunities, each opportunity carries with it a probability, none of which is 100%. Every single opportunity that you are going to find in the market will have a chance of failing. Just like you can get dealt pocket aces in poker, which is the highest probability hands to win, you can still lose. Even though mathematically there is no possible probability that's higher, you can still lose. Getting a real education when it comes to trading is going to allow you to identify the high probability patterns. And you put yourself on the right side of that probability over and over and over again with sound risk management, where when you do find yourself in the probability opportunities that don't work out, you're not getting your head blown off. You're taking manageable losses, you're keeping your losses small, and your wins are bigger than your losses. And when you put yourself on the right side of probability over and over and over again, and you manage the downside, that is how you become consistently profitable. That is how you start to grow the balances in your account. That is how you build confidence. And that is how you start to achieve your goals. It's not hodling to the moon. That's not how it's done. Everybody, welcome Michael. I'm glad to have you part of the team, Michael. There's now just 7 laptops left, guys. Hurry up and grab them before they're gone. Go to ttgoffer.com. Use the coupon code TTG121. Use it now. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me tonight, folks. If you have not done so already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We do this 6 nights a week. Turn on your notifications. Don't ever miss these lives. We drop golden nuggets on a regular. And, of course, smash that like button. I love you guys. I'll see you.